Has it started recording? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So hello everyone. So I am Anant and I'm a member of CSEA. And along with me, I have Varun Yeram. So he's the secretary of ITG.ai. And today we are having this CSEA IITG.ai ML talk. So the talk would cover a lot of you are beginners in the field of ML. So it will give you a roadmap how to start learning on your own. And After that, we'll go through some courses that you can do to start, followed by some competitions and projects in basic ML as well as BL, computer vision, machine NLP, all that stuff. And after that, we'll just give you a glimpse of like what all opportunities you can get if you have a good knowledge of ML. So research, mainly research internships and some industrial internships. A lot of you are from the second year, so we'll be going through some research and industrial internships in the winter as well, and for the next year summer. So yeah, I think that's it. So we'll begin. So yeah. So can we go to the next? Yeah. So a lot of you want can I have a show of hands who all are beginners in ML, like who don't have any basic knowledge and just want to learn? Like, you are enthusiastic about learning. So we have a lot of people. Yeah. Basically, basically, what we have is that a lot of you guys do. So before starting with projects or getting some opportunities, you need to learn a lot of stuff in ML. So for to get started, you can go through some important resources. So in my opinion, yeah, you can put your hands down. Uh, so in my opinion, you can a good place to start for this would be the IITG.ai summer course. So yeah, so the course has been divided into 7 weeks. Let me go to the link. Oh, so we the course has been divided into 7 weeks. So uh, yeah, so the first 3 weeks are for you need to learn the basics of coding in Python and NumPy, all these things. And so the first 3 weeks are a beginning start to ML, so basic ML algorithms. And You can go through that on the ITU.ai course. So you have overview of support vector machines, all these tasks and coding challenges, assignments as well. And so this is one of the resources. Other than that, you must have heard of the summer analytics. How many of you have done the ITG.ai course to some extent, like 1 or 2 weeks? Are you familiar with it? Okay. So yeah, I have some people. Yeah, right. So yeah. So the first you what you can start with is the first 3 weeks of this course, and followed by you can go through the summer analytics course by like the consulting and analytics club. So this is also good. Like you can go through the entire course, and you can go through either ITG.ai course or summer analytics course, like the first 3 weeks. But for the for deep learning stuff, you'll have to go through the next 4 weeks as well. So after completing this summer analytics. So yeah, and other than that, we have the basic Andrew NG course. So that you can go through. Yeah. Yeah. So this is for learning. Like this is 11 weeks. So a lot of your sophomores, you have completed your midterms, right? So you would be free these days. Like you don't have a lot of work to do. Yeah. So learning through this would take you around 1 week, and 1 week would be enough for doing those 2-3 weeks of the courses, like if you have a lot of time, like if you don't have any exams or assignments right now, for basic ML. And followed with this, if you have done this, so after that you can go through the 4 weeks of remaining 4 weeks of IIT.ai course, or you can go through the deep learning specialization. Andrew NG. Yeah. So these are the main stuff. that you can go through for as a beginners. All right. And after that, like if you have done basic and that is for basic and advanced for courses. Now we have done, if you have done through courses, that you need a lot of projects in order to like, get a good grasp of the concepts, as well as if you are applying for any internships or something, then you'll need to have projects. So like Kaggle is an important platform for that. So Varun would be explaining about that to you guys. Yeah.
So hello everyone. So as Ananta explained, the first thing that you need to do before starting out on projects and everything is the courses. Also, the deep learning book is also a great resource. I mean, once you have done the courses, it goes into a bit theoretical aspect of deep learning and machine learning. So that might be helpful if you're trying for extra stuff. Now, after learning what you do, you go for different projects and what goes on in the real world. And the best place to start out with real world and data sets is Kaggle. And Kaggle is a platform where you can find a lot of data sets. ML is basically working with different types of data. So in order to get proficient in it, you need to work on a lot of data, right? So Kaggle is the best place. So the first thing that a lot of almost everyone I know started out with is Titanic. So Titanic survival prediction is a very basic competition. I'm sure a lot of you have seen Titanic movie, right? So in that, you know, not all of them survive. So this competition is all about predicting who survives. So you will be given different features. Now, what are features? You'll be given about different people. For example, if you are given about a guy, you'll be given his passenger class, you'll be given his name, given his gender, you'll be given his age, you'll be given if you have siblings or not, and different details about him. And in the end, you need to predict if he survives or not. That is your main goal, and all this is can be done through machine learning. So that's a really great way. So as I said, Titanic is the first step in a lot of machine learning enthusiasts and a lot of people. So I really advise you to go through that. The second thing that people do is the housing prices prediction. That is a little more advanced than Kaggle. So that goes through basically regression aspect. But the problem is very basic. You'll be given a house and you need to predict what is the cost of it, right? It seems very simple, but it might not be. Because if you see the data, you'll be given a lot of. A house consists of a lot of things. You have street, you have its alley, you have about its basement, different features, area, you have electrical aspects, you have a lot of features for houses, and every feature affects the price, the final cost of the price, right? And hence you need to work on different features, and your goal is to predict the final price. Yes, the slides will be shared, but you see. So yeah, and both of these I'm showing on Kaggle. If Kaggle is a new word for you, as I said, it's a platform for getting started in machine learning and even for advanced. It has a lot of data sets you need to work. The ML and DL field requires a lot of data sets and working with different aspects of data. So Kaggle is the best place people start out with. So Kaggle, you do that. And after these two, the third step that you should take out is the 30 days of ML. And what is it? I mean, a lot of beginners don't know where to start, with which problem to solve, which thing to go through. So 30 days of ML, which was recently conducted, was exactly designed for that aspect. It it was conducted recently, but you can scroll down to see the assignments that were there. It starts out with basic Python. You'll be starting from scratch, you'll be doing Python, then you'll go into a little more into depth into ML, and you'll go into the intermediate aspect as well. And after doing this, you will be a little more very proficient in ML. So 30 days of ML was designed like that. These are three steps that will help you in ML. And the last thing that will really helpful is the tabular playground series. That is what is prescribed here too, tabular playground. Now what is that? It's a competition that is conducted every month. It has a tabular data set, it has a lot of content, it has around 300 features. You It is not fixed which feature is what, but you have to predict a target variable. It is basically a playground. Now, what is a playground? You test out everything you have learned. You learn a lot of different topics in courses in that is and some analytics and deep learning courses and everything. You learn a lot of topics, and in order to try them out, you need data sets. And Tableau Playground series is exactly designed for that, and hence it's really helpful. So these are the ways in which you can start out with machine learning projects. They will be really helpful and to test your machine learning. Now, once you do the machine learning part, you go through the after the machine learning part, you go into the advanced ML, that is deep learning. Now, once you start the deep learning, you need deep learning projects as well, right? To show off how to check how much you have done and everything. So for that, deep learning can be divided into two aspects. One is computer vision, which deals with images, like what do you do with images, etc. The basic thing in images in computer vision is image classification. And the most basic thing in image classification is MNIST. Now, what is MNIST? MNIST is basically a data set of numbers. So in this, you can see you have a lot of small images of numbers. Let me show you an example. You'll be given images like this. You'll be given an image containing 1 like this, 0 like this one, and your task is to predict which number is it. So that is your basic task, and that is explained in courses and everything you do. But here you will apply on the real data set, and once you apply, you will learn a lot of different stuff. How you should load the data, how you should work with data, because that is something a lot of people neglect, and you should really should not neglect that. Now, once you're done with MNIST, you do more basic image classification things like cat and dog classifier, which is exactly what it says. You have different images. It might be a cat or a dog, and you need to classify what is which. Now that is image classification. Now computer vision has a lot of cool applications as well. Like you have face recognition. This is also part. Once you do, especially in the deep learning specialization, you go through how face recognition actually works from scratch. So you learn how to do that. So face recognition really helps in that aspects. And after that, you have object detection, image segmentation, which are advanced part of DL and CV. You detect what objects are in the image, and image segmentation deals with where is specific object. For example, you have an image with persons in it. You have to tell in the image where is the person exactly, pixel by pixel. So these are advanced aspects you will know as you learn on. So these are the basic things you should start out with in CV. Then regarding NL, Anand will continue. NLP.
Yeah. So basically, if you go through the DL course, so the main topic that would be taught to you would be computer vision and NLP. So Varun has already discussed like how you can start with computer vision. So like I'll go through NLP. So the correct order that I mentioned is that you can, if first you'll go through the ML courses, and then you can implement some. Am I audible? No. Yeah. So yeah, first you can go through the ML courses, followed by ML projects, and after that, if you're done with the DL courses, then first you can either try some projects on CV, followed by that you can try some projects on NLP. So text classification is if you are given a certain text and you have to predict like different classify into different categories. So like an important topic inside text classification is sentiment analysis. So you have a given text. So like you have some movie reviews, for example, and people have reviewed, given that it was uh, good. They have given their reviews, and you have to classify, for example, if it was a good review or if it was a bad review, or if it was neutral, all those sorts of things. Or like you have some sort of data, like you have a description of some clothing, some different types of items from Amazon, for example, and you have to tell based on the description of the product that what it belongs to. So basically, if you want to that is an important, like a good project that you can work on. So you will after that you can like go for sequence to sequence models. So for example, chatbots, that you give a certain text and it would like a starting text and it would give you a reply based on that text. Other than that, you can like learn about neural machine translation and and neural machine translation is basically you translate text using deep learning methods. So you have a text passed into a sequence, and the output is the text from another language that is itself is a sequence. So if you can basically try some projects in this like these kinds of projects. And one more project you can try is image captioning. So like you need a knowledge of both CV and NLP for this. So it's actually available on a lot of sites. So like you can go through some tutorials and it's even available on a TensorFlow website. So after you have done all those stuff, you can start with these kinds of stuff. Yeah. So like now that for now that you have done basic courses and you have made some projects in this, so then you can like go for internships and research in all these areas. So like we'll be discussing on what all you can apply for in these. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, first let's discuss the internships. Yeah. So you have a lot of So uh, 1 minute. Yeah, like I'll be sharing. Uh, I'll be sharing the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So uh, yeah. So for the internships, so first we have the SRFP program. So those who like if you have started with been done with the project, so like one of this is the SRFP program. So it is conducted by ISC. So I'll tell you about the program. 1 minute. So it's conducted by by ISC, and you have people like a lot of students you can apply. It's mostly for second year students, and you can apply through the portal. The registration start in October and it goes through around I think December. And you will be given a list of projects to apply on, and you have a form in which you have to like mention your projects, your CGPA, and all that stuff in order to apply. And if you are selected, then you will get an internship, a research internship at any of the affiliated colleges to ISC. So, like a lot, some of our seniors participated in it and they got an internship at ISC. Some got at IIT Kharagpur and IIT Gandhinagar, all that. So this is a good program that you can like go through. I'll share the link in the chat. All right. And followed by this, can I get a show of hands like who are from EC and Triple E? Yeah. So we have a lot of people. So so you have the Chubu University is a university in Japan. So they have a research intern program. So they yeah, like you'll get a mail from any professor, and you'll be like give your proposals, and you'll be sitting for the. So on the basis of your proposals, you get selected. Varun would be discussing this in detail. Like he himself was selected for this program. So you'll get selected and you can get internships on CV and LP, all those stuff. Other than that, you have Spark program by IIT Roorkee. So I'll share about that also. So this is similar to the ISC program. Yeah. So I'll share the links to all of them in the slide they have been shared. So this is similar to the ISC program. So you have to apply for the internship. There will be a portal. You'll have a list of projects, and you can go through those projects and select which one you're interested for. And you have to write a long essay, kind of like in which you have to mention your projects and what interests you and your academics and all that stuff. Based on that, people get selected, and you can get a research internship in that. So that's one of those. After that, we have Polytechnic Montreal. So this is a university in Canada, and they come every year to IIT Guwahati, and they have research internships, and they even pay quite handsomely. Like it's like 2.5 lakhs for the total internship. So that is also similar to the ISC. These only. So you'll be like, if you have worked on projects and you have done some courses, then you can maybe like it will come around December. So around December you'll get the form for this, and in January you have to submit the last. So you have to give some your academic details, like you have to give your mark sheet and all that stuff. And other than that, you have to and you have a list of projects in this as well, and you'll have to like write 2-3 pages of how you'll approach that problem. And you'll also get you have to mention your resume and all that. Resume will also be taken. So this is actually quite good. Other than that, you have a lot of research labs at various colleges. So like IIIT Delhi is very good. So I'll just show you. You have a lot of labs at IIIT Delhi. So this is one of this, and they are quite good. Like they publish a lot of papers in world-class conferences. And other than that, you have another. Yeah. So you have LCS too. Yeah. So I'll share the links to all the mentioned. So you have these are all these labs, the MIDAS as well as LCS2. These are mostly working in the field of NLP. So if you have a good NLP background, if you have a good CGPA, and you're from IIT, so you have a good chance of being selected. And they also publish really good papers. So this can be so you can go ahead, like apply for these as well. So I'll tell the application procedure. Like you should be following these sites, because like for example, you have some current openings would be given on these sites that this has started. So you should follow these sites quite properly. This site as well as Spark, all these sites. So they have positions, and you have to fill some forms, and followed by that they'll give you some coding tasks. So you have to make a project and share its GitHub, something like that. That would be mandatory, followed by interviews. So having a good knowledge of ML is quite helpful in this, because they have coding challenges and all. So if you're good, you can make a mark from those, even if you don't have a very nice CV, but you are good at making projects. So that's one thing. Other than that, you have a lot of other labs at other colleges as well. So IIT Delhi, Bombay, and you can basically, to search for them, you can like visit their websites and check if they have some openings. So that's quite helpful. Next is you can go for mailing professors. So at IIT Guwahati as well, we have some professors in CS as well as EC department who are working in machine learning. So you can you can send mails that I have, like you can send your resume or your mail containing your interests, and you can get projects from those professors as well, because a lot of people don't work in this at our college in research, and they have a lot of projects. So that's quite good. So you can directly email professors, like we have Ashish Anand sir in CS department, Arijit sir, and some of you would be in the do we have some people here who have the RAI, the RAI one, the minor course? Yes. So you guys, you will have a project next semester, starting next or next to next semester, and you can, like, if you have a good knowledge of ML, you are working in robotics, so you can, like, approach professors for projects in that case. So that you can go through. And the last is through seniors who are working on projects with other researchers. So this worked out for me as well as Varun. So we both are members of IITG, and our seniors work with, like, a lot of researchers. So they have projects every year. So they just ask them that if you have some juniors to refer to, then you can tell those their names. So they just give you the contact information, and you just have to mail them. And if you have a good CV, then you have a good chance of getting selected. So that is a good option. Like, me and Varun, we are working under the same person for since summers, and we got the opportunity through this. Uh, Varun will explain about Chubu University and industrial internships. And like, one more important thing is that if you have like done courses and some projects, then you can also start with machine learning competitions. Like, you have competitions in code forces, code shifts. So they are contests. So similarly, you have competitions in machine learning as well, and they are organized by really big associations, and they have cash prizes as well. So, and they give you a lot of opportunities, like hiring opportunities. So Varun would be explaining that in detail. So yeah, over to you. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. Okay, so as Anand told, there are a lot of research opportunities available. Coming to the Chubu University, Japan, a mail will be sent to all the EC and Triple E guys in November ending or December. You have to give your personal data and biodata of basically why do you want to do research and why exactly are you interested in that. The professor has good contact with the department, and every year he takes 3 to 4 interns. A lot of people apply, and finally 3 to 4 people are shortlisted and contacted by him personally. So keep looking out for mails if you are looking for that. That is there. And then coming to industrial interns, generally not many ML companies come in the winter. So one option is to apply off campus. Off campus, you can apply through connections that which can work out on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a place to network, and there are a lot of people looking for interns, for short-term interns and long-term interns as well. You can try your hands at that. Other than that, there are hiring challenges which are very cool. I myself got an intern through that. So with the hiring challenges through, you can let me go through the ML competitions a little bit. So competitions, according to me, are one of the most exciting parts of the ML, because it helps you to test out whatever you have learned and how good are you. So Kaggle, as I said again, we are repeating that a lot. Kaggle is a place where a lot of competitions take place. At any point of time, there are a lot of competitions, both ML and DL taking place. You also have Hacker for different competitions. Hacker has a little basic DL competitions that you can try your hands at. You can start with that. Machine Hack and Analytics Vidya have basic ML competitions which you can check out. You can just search on the website. You will get a list of that. And Docship is a website that is especially designed for ML and DL beginners. It has a lot of competitions. Let me show you. Dropship has a lot of challenges. It has basic challenges for beginners. It has at any point of time a lot of them going on. You also have a lot of hiring challenges, which in continuation with this industrial interns. It has a lot of companies come to Dropship for getting their interns. For example, you can see there's big thing sketch classification. It has ended right now, but there may be a lot going on. So it has a lot of challenges. The companies come and you participate in it. When you get a good rank, the companies contact you for internships and stuff. So when you have a good rank, you will get that. So that's something I really advise you to try. So competitions is the best thing. If you get a good rank and put that in your CV, you can show them on your portfolio. It's the best way to show off that how much you have learned and everything. So as I told, industrial is basically through hiring challenges and contacts, etc. is the best thing you can go for. Other than that, in the winter, these are the opportunities that you have got. And then after, I think once after learning all this, you have a basic timeline which you can go through in order to do what and at what point of time. As I told you, the best thing to start out with is basic ML. That is the thing you start out with, and then you do some small ML projects like I told you in order to test out your learning, etc. There are a lot of hackathons going on. Hackathons are the best way to test out your skills. Then you can do DL course. This 4 to 5 weeks refer to the DL specialization that I just showed you. DL specialization is divided into a lot of different weeks that you can go through later. The fourth and fifth weeks correspond to computer vision and NLP, as we have just told you. Okay, so those are the things. And DL projects is the next thing that you can go for. Do some projects, small projects, just so you can know what's happening and you know what's going on. And then you can start applying for different interns and ML competitions, and then just continue learning. It's a going on process, doesn't stop. Even still, me and Anant are always learning. There are a lot of things to keep learning. You cannot stop. So it's an ongoing process.
I mean, if you've done all this stuff, then you can you'll get a hang of it and you'll start learning on your own. So this is just the basic stuff. Learning never stops, as Varun said. But you'll have a basic, you'll have gone through a lot of resources, made contacts with a lot of people. So you'll be having a good idea what's going on and what you want to work on. And after that, you can do the work on your own. You don't need much guidance for that. So that's all with it. So I'll just explain, if you a lot of people messaged me that they want to get started with projects and they want to apply for internships. So for that, if you, so I'll be going through the entire, how you can get started with that. So first of all, if you don't have any knowledge, you haven't done anything, so I'll say that you go through the basic ML on these 3 courses. That would take around 1 week if you don't have a lot of work on your plate right now. So that would take 1 week, and you have then a lot of basic ML projects that Varun mentioned. Like you have contests, so you can directly practice them. So that would take around 1 or 2 weeks. So that after that you have a basic knowledge of ML. So you can, maybe you can, if you don't have any much more time after that, then you can, if you internships have started, then you still have something to show. So you can write, if you want to apply for something, then you can show that. Otherwise, you can then go through the DL courses. So that would take some time. Actually, that would take around 4 or 5 weeks. So that after, so if you've done with those courses, then you can move on to projects. You can make one or two uh, 1 or 2 weeks. That would be enough for that. So now that you have your profile ready, then you can apply for all these internships and research work. So uh, that would be enough. So it's total of 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. So 10 weeks, 2.5 months from now, and most of the opportunities would be starting from that time only. So if you're really interested in doing that, then now is the correct time to start. And if you follow this, that would be enough. Yeah. So someone asked a question. So what about startups in the ML or DL field? Yeah. So if you can, if you want to work in most of the startups, through these hiring challenges that Varun mentioned, the hiring is done mostly in the startups only. So you'll get to work in these startups. You can, if you want to start with that, then you can go through, these hiring challenges are the best thing, I'll say. Otherwise, you can go directly, contact them on LinkedIn. members of these startups, like I want to do an internship or I'm interested in working with you. That also works. Like if you know some people and if you like a company that you'd like to work on. So if you have a good profile on Kaggle, or if you have a good resume, then you have a good chance of working with them.
So once you
I
have a
think
basic profile ready with projects and some competitions, some achievements, you have a basic profile to show off and everything ready, you can start applying to different places like research and startups and everywhere you want. Like there are always startups springing up. You can apply for a short-term internship in December or summer as well.
will Kaggle provide with some certificate or some confirmation of projects to apply for interns? You can directly show your profile when you have the you like you have your profile. You'll just share that I have like look at my profile. I've participated in all these contests. These were my rankings. Everything is public. So you're just sharing your profile would be enough. What? Okay. Will non-circuital branch also get equal opportunities? All right. So a lot of work is like machine learning is just a technique. So a lot of ML projects are in like non-circuital fields also, like related to mechanical engineering plus ML, like robotics. A lot of work is being done there. And if you're applying for these off-campus opportunities, then branch doesn't matter that much. Like in campus you can have like it's open for all, only these branches, but off campus it's open for all. And like for industrial work they don't look for like qualification, they mostly look for skill, because they don't have any threshold like to hire, like, they don't have a lot of candidates, so they just look at the skills. So yeah, uh, that would be.
How to improve our feature engineering skills? I mean, that comes mostly by practice. I mean, features are a lot of different types, right? You can't expect them to master them in a day. So as you go on looking at more data sets, more competitions and more things, you will get to learn what to do when you are facing a problem, what to do when you are facing this type of data set. Like different types of data and different things have different recipes, different methods to apply, right? And that you will get to know by keep doing, like as you know, keep solving problems like that. So apart from this, will others have advantage of being in IIT? So IIT.ai is basically a research club where we read research papers and etc. Until last year, we had research discussions among ourselves. This year, we are currently just planning to make it public so that all of you can attend. Also, we have a lot of hackathons and everything which are public and open for all. So you are invited to participate in them. So you shouldn't feel discouraged if you are not in the club, etc. I hope it answers your question.
Any more questions? Like we are done with the presentation most, so you can shoot your questions with that one. So, you can raise your hands or you can type in the comments section. We have around 10-15 minutes for Q&A. Is it necessary to follow IITG.ai courses? So like depends actually. So if you haven't done anything, if you know good resources, so this is like IITG.ai course is a guaranteed resource. Like it is good for learning. But if you know some other resources that you're sure, or someone has recommended to you and he's confident and you're confident with that person, like if you know that the resource is good, then you can go ahead. Yes,
So
you can follow.
IITs.ai, Summeretics, all these courses are made by same different courses like Andrew NG and Deep Learning Coursera courses that we are giving the links for you are not complete in itself. So we also have a lot of blogs and everything attached to it to aid in your understanding. So that's why it's generally recommended. But as Anand said, you can follow anything as long as as long as you are learning.
While participating in Kaggle context, sometimes we have no idea how to start with the problem. Yeah.
So regarding the Kaggle contest, yeah, if it, I mean, by looking at a problem, you know if it's way beyond your level or if it is your level, right? So first thing, you should attempt problems at your level. So Kaggle, I know it's a little hard for beginners. So for that, I will recommend basic competitions, or you can start with other websites. Like I myself and some other friends I know started with HackerIt. It has slightly simpler problems, or you can start with Docship. Like websites like these, they are designed for beginners, and Kaggle is for from beginners to advanced. So sometimes it can get a little hard for you. So I mean, you shouldn't really try if it's taking a lot of time from you. I mean, it's good to learn to look at other things, but start do it at your own pace.
Yeah. So, uh, does research internship coincide with in-campus internship? So, Varun, you're currently in which year?
Second year.
Second year, no? So, yeah, if you're in second year, then you won't have any in-campus. If you have any in-campus internships, like sometimes you get like Newsera and all that. So, if you have, then they would coincide. And if so, in online, you can maybe talk to them that I want to do another internship. But in case of offline, they would coincide. But as I said, you don't have many options. So most probably you won't get like one or two companies at max for second year, right? So that conflict most probably won't arise for you. So yeah. So and for preparation, I'll say no. Like if you want to prepare for the in-campus internships during your summer, and then you're saying that this internship would coincide, then I'll suggest that you don't think about that. You should do an internship because you can't be sitting around doing interview bit all day. Like you can give 4 5. You if you're on vacation, then you have a lot of time and contribute to that. So that would be that's that should not be an issue. Like if you are confused for that, then I'll suggest that you go for an internship as well as prepare for your campus internship. You'll need some projects and it would only enhance your CV. So other than coding that basic like BSA, it would help. It would only help you. So yeah. Uh, uh, okay. So any other questions? Uh, we have like 7 8 minutes more. This would be followed by Aditya Trivedi. He's also a member of CSEA. He'll be like going making an announcement regarding a research talk that would also be held for you. So yeah, that will give you some an insight to some other opportunities as well. Do professors at IITG? Yes, they do. They don't. I mean, you have to approach them. It's not like they will approach you that we have some projects. It's not like that. But if you approach them and if you have a good profile, they are working on a lot of things. So they can squeeze in a project for you if they find that your work is inclined with that their work. So if you have a proper prof in mind that I want to work in with him, then you can go through his work and maybe make projects that are aligned to his work. Like the so you can do you have the basic skills required to work with him. Yeah, you will have to approach them. So for that, I suggest that if you want to approach a professor, like you look at their work and say that I have done something in this field. This is fine. Yeah. Any other questions? Feel free to ask. We'll wait for like 5 minutes more for questions. Yes, so
Hello, am I audible?
yeah, Aditya, go on.
Yeah, so just to let everyone know, if you're also looking for like research internships or information about research in other fields apart from ML, so CSA is going to have a talk on research specifically, and just CS research, so not core research. So sorry for that, but yeah, if you want to know anything about CS research, then we'll make a post and let you know soon. But it will be sometime this week, so do join in then too. And like someone had mentioned something about clubs earlier. So I would just like to add that in the intern season or from, on your CV, it does not matter if you're a member of some club or like a core team member or whatever. Like many of people have approached me like I'm not in coding club or I'm not in IITG AI club. Like, can I still do something or like the only thing which matters is your projects and your achievements and the work that you have put in. So if you're not in some particular club, then don't worry that you don't have any disadvantage. Just like try to follow along what they're doing, or just do some projects or things like that. So that's what I would like to add. But apart from that, if there are no questions, we'll just end the talk. And like I'd like to thank the speakers, Varun and Anand, for taking out time to answer all this. And you can always approach them if you have any doubts. And yeah, we'll just float a feedback form here. So that it's anonymous, so please do fill it and let us know your
Yeah,
suggestions.
let us know about like what else could we have done, and thanks for giving your time. We have some time for questions if you want to ask. Like I was getting a lot of questions on projects and all that stuff from a lot of you guys. So if you have some, I'll clear it right now. I think we're okay now. So if you want to if you have some other doubts, you can contact me or Varun. So our numbers are also there. You can either WhatsApp message us. That would also be fine for us. And so yeah, thanks for having. It was nice having you guys. So yeah, take care. We'll be ending. Please fill the feedback form. So yeah.
Thank you, भैया.
Thank you, Priya. Yeah, the slides would be shared and all the links that I mentioned, all of those would be shared in this group itself. So you can download it from here. And the talk would be uploaded on YouTube. So if you have any doubts or if you want to revisit, then you can check it. We'll post the link in the group as well. So keep in touch with the group for like 5-6 more hours. That would be good. All right. Yeah. So we'll be ending. You guys can leave. All.